back to the video. Today we're going to take a look at a fun team here. We're going to have a double Nido team here, which actually worked out pretty well, to be honest. Like, I actually had some great games with this. I did not really lose any elo with this. I think I'm pretty went neutral with this team, even though it was kind of more supposed to be a meme, but it actually worked out pretty well, not gonna lie. We have here the XL version of Nidorina, 100% at level 50. You can also put it to level 51, I think it's purified. So we also run a return on this Pokemon. Now it also has access to Thunderbolt, which is actually the recommended move on this Pokemon here, but I didn't really want to get rid of return, to be honest, because like I cannot get it back, so like why would I really want to get rid of it? And we have also our Nidorino here, which has, of course, a party hat as it's shiny as well. And we can take a look on how good this thing can be here. We have Poison Jab on this thing, so we do more damage with our fast move. We have Horn Attack, which is going to actually also do some nice damage, as you can see here. We're going to let this move go through, I think, because they're most likely going to bait Yip. And we also have Ice Beam on this Pokemon. This is also a new coverage move that came in this new update for the season. And Ice Beam going to allow you to function pretty well as a safe swap, as Ice Beam will be able to destroy something like, for example, a Golbat, any kind of Dragon type, and also gives you some answers as well for something like a Dusclops. That's why I used this Pokemon as a safe swap instead of my other one, because like I basically get hard-rolled by Dusclops or any kind of ghost type with my Nidorina, so I kind of need also an answer for this in the lead, which is going to be, of course, our Swirless, as we see a Vigoroth coming in here. Against Vigoroth, we of course can go into our Nidorina, and we have a pretty decent time here. Nidorina is pretty damn bulky, to be honest, but sadly, you still kind of want to shield here sometimes, as Bulldoze would still hurt you, as Bulldoze is still a super effective move. We can go for one Poison Fang here, and we will be able to get this thing pretty low. And we can go for another one, and this would knock them out if they want to let it go. They don't want to let it go, which means I'm going to shield up one more time, and I will be able to get to my return next time when the Golbat comes in, so it doesn't really matter too much. As we're going to see that the Golbat comes back in, we go for the return. Let's see how much this big nuke gonna do here. It nearly one-shots it, sadly doesn't completely one-shot it, and we face the hardest answer for this team. The Piloswine going to be able to have super effective moves against my lead, and also the typing itself, ground typing, going to resist the Pokemon that I have in the bag. But still, it's actually not the worst matchup still here, as we're going to be able to go for maybe one Horn Attack here still. We will be able to reach it now. It's a CMP tie. We will be able to, I think, knock them out with this one, and we will be able to win the game here. Good game to my opponent. Next game, we're going to see that we see a Dragonair against us. Dragonair is kind of neutral, of course, in the lead. I think I actually would win the lead, but because we are an ABB line, I don't really want to waste my lead immediately, so I'm just going to go into my Nidorino, and I can go for 2 Horn Attacks in this matchup. Sometimes I go for 1 Ice Beam, but 2 Horn Attacks will allow me to get 1 shield and some damage on this Pokemon here. And our Nidorino with our party hat gonna go down here, which is fine. We can go back into our Dragon type, and we will be able to farm this thing down. We don't have the shield here. Body Slam not gonna do too much damage, and we will be able to farm them down in time, as we see a Vigoroth coming in as expected, but sadly they have a Haunter in the back. And this does not look too good. That's kind of a hard one now for the backline. I wish I got Haunter out with my Nidorino. That was basically the plan for this team. I'm not sure actually why they didn't swap out, to be honest. But like this, I don't think there's anything I can do, as they're going to get to the moves are way too fast, and I wouldn't be able to knock them out with my Poison Fang anyway. So it's fine. Next opponent has Haunter in the lead. Fine for us, we see the Vigoroth coming back in here, as we can go for some Poison Fangs. Poison Fang, of course, will do some decent damage. Going for return here doesn't really help you, in my opinion, because like return is basically the same energy as 2 Poison Fangs anyway. So like, yeah, you're going to do more damage at the end of the day, but like with Poison Fang you have way more shield pressure, and you're going to debuff the opponent's defenses all the way down, as we can farm them all the way down as well. We should still be able to survive this move, so I'm going to let the Bulldoze go through, and we will be able to maybe knock them out with this one. Maybe they want to shield, I'm not sure yet. They don't want to shield, and we can realign our Pokemon, which is amazing, as they have a Sealeo in the back. Sealeo, of course, is a little bit tricky, as this is definitely one of the better Pokemon in this cup, as this is a very bulky. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to still win this game. We can go ahead and go for one horn attack. Going to get the shield from the opponent. I'm going to let this move go through, hoping that we're going to put him into a range where we can KO them with one body slam from our Swilers. Let's see, I'm going to go for my body slam now. Let's see if this is going to be enough. And it is not, and they get to a move, and I have to let this move go through, and it's going to be a body slam as well. It's going to be a little bit tricky. They go back into the Haunter. Can we still win this game here? We have to shield up the move. It's going to be the Shadow Punch. And can we go for the fast move down? We can actually hit the Dark Pulse with 1 HP in the Dream. Swilers coming in clutch here, going to be able to knock out the Sealeo and win us the game. Good game there to my opponent as we see the Vigoroth coming in here. We can go into the Nidorino, our say swap here, and we will be able to resist the counter damage, and also body slam not gonna hurt us too crazy. And we get out the Pokemon that we want to get out with this Pokemon. It's going to be a Dusclops here, and I expect them to have another Ghost type in the back, which might be a little bit tricky for this team though. We see the Shadow Punch coming through. It doesn't do as much damage, but we can still go for a Horn attack. It would be double resisted, but do they know? They do not know. We get a shield here, and we can also go into our Swilers again. But now they, of course, can go for the Ice Punches, which is going to hurt way more than I expected. But I can farm them down. We see the Vigoroth coming in, and we see a Hakomo O coming in now. That's going to be a tricky one. Hakomo O is definitely very bulky and definitely gets to the moves pretty fast. But I'm not sure if we can actually still win this. We can go for one shield against the Dragon Claw. We can go for more Poison Fangs. But it's going to be very, very tricky to still win this. Can we go for another Poison Fang in time? We can, which means this would KO them if they want to let this move go through. And they do want to let this move go through. And I can just go for the Poison Fang spam now. They kind of still have to throw their charge move, I'm pretty sure. And I will be able to go for another Poison Fang here, trying to debuff the opponent's defenses. And this works out pretty well, as they still have to throw here, definitely. Like, I'm going to get to another move, which is amazing for us. We're going to get the shield, and we can actually swap into our Swilers. They are double debuffed now, thanks to the Nidorina. And we can KO them with the stored body slam there from the Swilers, which is amazing. Again, next opponent having a Dragonair in the lead. We swap into our Nidorino, and I think this time around I go straight for the Ice Beam, but I'm not sure. Maybe I go for the double Horn attack again, which I guess is the better move. I'm not sure why I go for the Ice Beam here. Maybe they let it go, and they do not let it go. So if I went for the Horn attack, I would have had some more damage on them. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much, because, yeah, we can just go ahead and go into our Swilers. They go into the Vigoroth, which is not ideal for us. And we're going to go for one Body Slam, trying to get this thing low, and we can go into a NiRiain now, which is not ideal either. They can go for Bulldoze now, they go for the Body Slam, I call it. And I can go for my Poison Fang, which still doesn't KO them. But we might be able to farm them down afterwards. I'm going to shield this move up, definitely. It's going to be the Body Slam again. Can we farm them down? We can farm them down, which is amazing for us. We see the Dragonair coming back in. I'm going to shield this move up as well, I think. Yeah, it's going to be an Awkward Tail. And we will be able to go for one Poison Fang. And no matter what they have in the back, they're going to get debuffed by me. So I hope there's something weak in the back. It's going to be a Sealeo, so it's going to be a good game. I don't think there's anything I can do anymore against this thing. It's just too strong in this meta right now. And we can just go for the farm now, like trying to go for more Poison Fangs. We try to catch the move here, which did work out, which is going to be the Body Slam now, which is very cool. But sadly, as you can see here, I don't get to another charge move here, and I would need to farm them down with Poison Sting now, which doesn't work out. So this is going to be sadly a good game there to my opponent, and they will be able to win this one. Next opponent though, we're going to see Swilers against a Sealeo. Again, horrible lead. We swap into our Nidorino. Nidorino with the party hat definitely intimidates the opponent. We go straight for our Horn attack here, and this will get some nice damage on them. We see the Golbat coming in. Do they know us? Do they know what fast move or like what charge move we have here with the Ice Beam? I'm not 100% sure. Let's try it out. Ice Beam coming through. Let's see if they want to shield this one. They do not want to shield this one, and we can realign, which is amazing, as we can go for another Horn attack now. And now we can go into our Nidorina, which should have a pretty nice time here, as this thing should be in range already for one Poison Fang, I think. As we're gonna have them into the red health now, but they're gonna get to so many moves now, which is insane. They just farm up so fast, and they even get to another one in time. It's insane how fast they get to the Body Slams there as well. As we can go for our Poison Fang now. Let's see if this KOs them. Do they want to shield here? They do not want to shield. And we see a Vigoroth coming in. This seems to be horrible, but actually we can still go for two Poison Fangs here, which should put them into a range where we might be able to farm them down just with the Dragon Breath. Dragon Breath will do now a ton of damage because they're double debuffed. We have 2 shields for our Swallows. We can shield the Body Slam up here. I think we still survive 1 Body Slam as well. And we get some lag there, which I guess doesn't really matter too much. We can shield the Body Slam. We can go and farm all the way down. We would have survived another Body Slam anyway. We will be able to win the game. You see the combination between the Poison Fang and also the Dragon Breath is such a cool combination for the end there. Like if you just keep your Nidorina alive, you will be able to debuff the opponent, which allows you then to farm them down with Dragon Breath, which is very nice. We see the Haunter coming in. Do they know about our moveset? They sadly do know about our moveset. We should have went for the bait, but it didn't even matter anyway. So we have to align our spiders now. We have to shield the Ice Punches, of course. Ice Punch going to do a ton of damage, but they're actually running Sludge Bomb, which is still going to hurt. So we're going to still shield it up. As Haunter is super attack rated and still would do a ton of damage. We can go for 1 charge move here against this Vigoroth. With our Swilers, gonna get this thing low, swap into our Nidorina, and we see a Dragonair coming in, which is not a good sign for us. I don't think we're going to be able to win this now. Dragonair going to definitely not appreciate those Poison Fangs, but still it's a little bit rough now. They're going to be very low, but yeah, I gonna get hit here by actually 1 Dragon Pulse, which is insane. Usually you don't run Dragon Pulse, but maybe that's like a new trend, I'm not sure. As we see that we can sadly not win this game by like 2 HP or something on the opponent. Very close though, still a good game. As we see another horrible lead, we go into our Say Swap, Nidorino. Gonna get out the Dragonair, we go straight for the Ice Beam now, I don't really care too much. I'm just gonna go straight for it. They go for the Body Slam, fine for me, I go for the Ice Beam. And let's see what's going to happen here. They going to let this move go through and bye-bye Dragonair. They go back into their Vigoroth and they're still going to get hit by a move. They can even get to another Ice Beam here, which is amazing because Ice Beam does way more damage than Horn Attack. And they're going to have to shield this move up. Now they're actually in range for 1 return, but I'm not thinking I really want to go for it. I'm just going to go for Poison Fang, I think, again. Let's see, maybe I should go for it, I'm not sure. They go for the Bulldoze now, a very nice shield by me as we see a Swilers coming in. And we can go for 1 move here and then swap out into our own Swilers. And now we do way more damage with our Dragon Breath, which is very good for us as this move comes through. We will be able to tank it and we can farm them all the way down. Trying to reach a Dark Pulse, we can just barely reach a Dark Pulse here. And this thing will go down here, but we try to go for the return and we will be able to hit it. And it's going to be a good game. This return will knock out this Vigoroth and we will see the next opponent. Swilers against Vigoroth again. Such a very rare matchup here. We're going to swap out immediately into our Nidorino again. They're actually staying in. This was way too fast for a Bulldoze. So it's going to be a Body Slam, which is fine for me. We can go for 1 Horn Attack. Let's see if they want to shield it. We could have Sludge Bomb, which does a ton of damage, and they're going to shield up. So we're going to shield up this move as well, as we're gonna get them lower and lower with our fast move already. We can go for another Horn Attack, as Horn Attack will still do some pretty nice damage. We're gonna get the shield from them, and we can go for another Horn Attack, which is amazing, because this is going to get this thing very low already, and they have to still throw a move, and we can tank this, and actually we're going to shield it. Interesting move. I'm not sure if this was the correct move. I would have actually preferred now in hindsight to go into my Nidorina and farm it down, I guess. But now the opponent gets extra farm with the Dusclops. And it's not really nice. And they go for a return. They have a Bryon in the back. I guess it worked out for me. But this is still a tricky one. And I remember misplaying this game here. I'm going to go for 1 Poison Fang. Totally fine. And I should have just went for another one. I'm not sure why I stayed in here. I was like scared that the opponent would farm up more energy with their Dusclops, and I thought I might be able to just like wait here and try to get them so low that I can swap into my other Pokemon in time, but I couldn't. So basically I just threw the game here by not going straight for my moves, because I would have been able to just keep this, like stay alive there with a lot of health, which would allow me to just spam those Poison Fangs against the Dusclops, and I think I would have been actually able to win this, because even now it's still gonna get pretty close here, and yeah, I definitely would have been able to win this if I just played it a little bit better there. So, crazy misplay by me, to be honest, as we see a Vigoroth coming in here. Vigoroth does not like to see definitely my poison typing, as poison will resist the fast move of them. I go for an ice beam, maybe they don't know, maybe they let this move go through, and they do let this move go through, which means we can shield, we can realign, and we also going to get out of this matchup with some energy, which is amazing. Let's see what they're going to go into. They're going to go back into their dragon, which is fine for us. We can go for one horn attack because they will shield this. They know we have ice beam, they don't want to get hit by an ice beam, and we sadly don't get to another horn attack. But it is fine, we can go into our own swallows, we will be able to shield this move up, which I now disagree with, to be honest. I shouldn't have shielded this move up. I think I would have been able to still, I don't know, it's still a little bit tough. We're gonna swap out here and we see a charger bug coming in. I can go for my moves immediately here for my poison fangs, but I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have shielded it up, to be honest. So I think it was kind of a misplay, and I think it might cost me the game here at the end as well. Let's see, they go for one discharge. Yeah, this doesn't look too good, to be honest. We can go for one more poison fang. We're gonna get the shield here actually, which is cool. We're gonna get hit by another move, which is going to be another discharge, I think. And we are like at a 1 HP in a dream. And unless we can swap out now, which we actually can, we can snap in and go for one body slam here, and we will be able to knock this thing out. And we actually will be able to KO the Dragonair as well and win the final game. So we still won that one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.